Hey guys, how the flame heck you doing? Harry here again for another video, and today we've actually got some free-for-all gameplay that I recorded this afternoon, playing on the PS3 today. Bit of a change up because I'm just so used to playing the Onslaught DLC on the Xbox 360, and I've got used to that controller now, and it's weird going back to the PS3, which I've been playing for almost 2 years now, so it's been a bit of a mixture. But I did quite well in this gameplay, and this is actually going to be a little tips and tricks video also, as well as the gameplay in the background. This is going to be how I play free-for-all when I play in a new map that I've never played before, and just maps that I play all the time on Call of Duty Ghosts. So my number one tip when starting out playing free-for-all, because like the spawns are pretty messed up, not gonna lie, like they're all over the shop in this game, especially in free-for-all. But probably the number one thing to remember is when first starting to learn the maps and everything is just stick to the borders of the map. Stick to the outside of the map. You'll see me in most of the time I'll be like sticking to the perimeter of the map. So that's acting as a cover for my back. So I'm only exposing pretty much half of my body to the people, to the enemies. Like they can't come up behind me or anything, so that's I'm using the perimeter as a cover, so I only have to worry about 180 degrees, people coming from my left, right, and in front of me. So that's my number one trick, and that's also a great way to also learn the map and where people spawn and everything. My number two tip is to learn the spawns, guys. If you learn the spawns, if you played the game enough, if you played the maps often, you will learn the spawns. Trust me, I played Ghost for about 7 days all up now on both Xbox 360 and PS3 combined, and it probably took me about, I'd say, a couple of hours. Like you definitely have to put in a couple of hours to learn the spawns properly. A couple of hours meaning probably like 5 or 6, because 5 or 6 hours of gameplay in Call of Duty is like nothing. That's like nothing. Seriously. And I'm lucky to get the knife there. I thought that guy was going to juke me out and turn on me, but luckily I get that knife on him, so I was pretty happy about that. I went ham right about now. I was just like, oh, I was getting shot at from everywhere. I don't know how I got those kills when I did, and I was just getting my streaks going. This is my second guard dog, guard wolf actually. So yeah, that's the second tip I was just mentioning before, was learn the spawns. That is a very very fundamental tip to learn when playing free-for-all, especially because, like I said at the start of the video, the spawns in this game are pretty messed up. People seem to be spawning all around you, so you got to be aware of where they're spawning. Also, another tip is to listen. This game is like sound whore heaven for people with like Astros, or it doesn't have to be Astros. Like I have a $80 pair of Turtle Beaches. They do just fine. Like I can sound whore like crazy on this game. And so yeah, I'll invest in a cheap head, nothing like too cheap, not like the standard headset that comes with the Xbox or PS3, but I'd invest about $50 to $100 into a nice headset that's comfortable and does all the things that you are after. So that definitely helps out. You can definitely sound to. I can hear people coming from everywhere, but there's one thing that I haven't actually figured out to do. When I record with my Elgato, I can't actually put my headset in at the same time and listen. I can talk with it, but I can't actually get the game volume to come through my headset. So I'm going to have to work that one out, and it was actually coming through the TV. So it wasn't as great as coming through the headset, but I could still sound whore. And you don't need a headset to sound whore. You can still listen. You just might need to turn up the TV volume a bit more to be as effective as possible. I was going down here. I was expecting no one to be here, but this is another tip. I was bringing up to my another tip. I was not expecting someone to come through there, but I was prepared anyway. In Call of Duty Ghosts, you're going to be killed very, very quickly, and most of the time it's going to be pretty much from your back, so, or when you're not prepared. The third or fourth, I think this is the third, I don't know. The next tip anyway is to is to always be prepared. When going around corners, always aim down your sights. And Stalker, you need Stalker. That is a fundamental perk that is necessary for using assault rifles. This is if you're using assault rifles and SMGs, and I highly recommend using Stalker. That means that you can strafe in between walls and buildings and everything, and that means you're just prepared for a gunfight that you may never know is going to happen. You notice when I'm playing, you'll actually see me just pretty much every corner that I'm not too sure of, I will be aiming down my sights. Not all the time, I can definitely sound tall, but that is a very, very important thing to do as well. So that's, I would start practicing that, guys. Get into the habit, because this game, as I mentioned before, is just like, I don't know, you get killed very quickly as well. Only a few bullets it takes for someone to kill you. And I actually got the humiliation field order completed there. That's pretty awesome how they added that into the game. Actually teabagging an enemy is to get a reward out of it. That's just crazy. Like, usually you'd be punished from like your teammates for doing something like that, but that's awesome. So that's awesome. I get the guard dog, but someone was just hiding behind that dumpster. I was like, oh god. Doesn't matter though. So I'll talk about my class that I'm using. As you probably guys can tell, I love using the Honey Badger. Like, the Honey Badger is probably one of my favorite guns in Call of Duty Ghosts. I got this gold on the PS3, and I've actually got around 6 days and 10 hours on the PS3 and like a day and something on the Xbox 360. So I've played way more on the PS3, but I'm getting into the Xbox 360 and I'm digging the controller and the triggers, and they're awesome. But I'll go through my class. This is another Honey Badger class. I'm using the exact same things. See, that guy just spawned in there. Like, that's how crazy the spawns are. If he was actually not AFK, he would have killed me. But sorry, I got sidetracked again from the class setup. I'm using the Honey Badger. I got the gold camo. That took about, that didn't actually take that long actually. The most annoying thing was to get the lane kills, 100 lane kills. That was annoying. That probably took like 2 or 3 hours, but it was worth it in the end, I guess. So I'm using the Honey Badger, I'm using the foregrip, and I'm using the extended mags. Of course, the Honey Badger comes in built with a silencer. So that's why you guys can notice the silencer. If you guys didn't know how I got that, it comes with a silencer already built into the gun. The perks I'm using is Ready Up, Stalker. That is necessary if you want to win gunfights around close quartered maps and everything like that. I'm using no, I don't think I'm using sleight of hand. I'm definitely using quick draw, scavenger, and I think sleight of hand as well. So they're very, very... No, I'm not using sleight of hand, sorry. I'm using hardline. That's right. I'm using hardline this time, so I can get my my kill streaks that one kill faster. And yeah, so that's my class setup. I changed into the sniper because when I'm winning in a free-for-all, I always like to get a sniper final kill. It just makes it look cool, you know. I just like doing it. It's just a habit of mine. Like, I don't know why, but I like to do it. And I think someone actually rage quit in this game because they were like 1 or 2 kills behind me, and then I just noticed that the next person behind me was 17 kills. I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird. But this video is coming up to the end. I hope you guys enjoy this little tips and tricks video. Hope it helped. Yeah, so definitely try out these tips that I gave you guys. Remember, just to do a little overview, learn the spawns. Try and get a cheap, not too cheap, but a moderately cheap headset to listen for people. Like I said before, this game is crazy for sound whoring. And yeah, so learn spawns, strafe around corners, use Stalker, and just learn the maps. Just learn the maps where people spawn and everything. And I get the final quickscope kill, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's what I wanted. I went 30-5. I'm pretty happy with that. I always like to do well in free-for-all. It is my game type. That's my game type. Free-for-all is my game type. I said that 3 times, but anyway, I love free-for-all. I love playing free-for-all. I do very well in it. I've learned the spawns. I do quite well. And that's how I do it. Because all those tips I told you guys, use them yourself, see how well you go. It's just pretty much a matter of just playing the game as much as possible. And yeah, and that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it and it helped you, please hit the like button. It helps me out tremendously. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And I'll see you next video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See ya.